Everyone, we are here at the Robb's MetalWorks Showcase, and what a pleasant surprise! Look who I found, the man, lead vocalist Byron Davis from God Forbid. Sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm getting old and gray, but hey, I'm still out here doing what I do.
It's been a long time since I've seen you, and tonight, or actually yesterday, I was talking with Joe Rodriguez, and he was telling me, oh, Byron lives around the corner, doesn't live too far from here. What brought you to El Paso?
You know, that whole story. Wanted to change, met a girl, got married, had a baby. You know, a new existence in an old format. So yeah, I'm here now, and
how you liking it?
I love it here, man. El Paso's great. You know what I mean? The people are great here, for the most part. I mean, there's work here. You know, right now the only thing that's kind of dwindling is trying to keep the scene alive as far as live music goes. You know, we lost a couple of venues, and you know, just trying to get bands to stop on their way to wherever they're going in El Paso.
Right.
So,
do you remember when you used to tour with God Forbid, and you know, El Paso's kind of far away from everything? Was that always what made it kind of challenging, and with the price of gas too?
Well, I mean, we've been coming to El Paso for a long time. I think the most consistent problem with El Paso is that most of the people that come out to support metal shows didn't find out about the shows until after the fact.
Right.
But other than that, when they knew we were coming, they were all hands on deck. So I mean, El Paso is great. It's a metal community. You know, it's one of the last bastions that has metal played on the radio. You know what I mean? So the people are here. They just need to find information to know when and what's available for them to come out and enjoy themselves.
The demise of God Forbid has been many years now. I think more than what we really think.
Yeah, I mean, we called it quits 2013, and you know, it's 2018 now, so it's been like 5 years. But I mean, it's really not over. It's just everyone decided to take that break and finally do something for themselves and to see where else, you know, they could go in life. But I mean, as long as 4 or 5 of the members are breathing, you know, anything is possible. I mean, we like to get together, but honestly, it doesn't make sense if there's no need for people to want to see us.
Is that something that you would like to see happen?
I mean, if it works for everyone's schedule, you know, it would be great. You know, I miss playing. The other dudes miss playing. Obviously, some guys have moved on and done other projects and working on other projects. But, I mean, the whole core of God Forbid was all about getting out to the fans and playing the music and having a good time, you know. It's just, you know, realistically, at this age and being in the game for so long, motherfuckers just can't afford to go out and come home with nothing.
Right.
So, you know, it's better to call it quits than to go out there and broken and half-assed, you know. I mean, we want to leave on a good note. So when we do come back, it's on a good note that we're back. You know, you don't want to come back after you've been gone for a long time and be like, yo, these motherfuckers are sorry, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, we bring it every time we play. So we left in that same fashion. So when we come back, obviously it'll be that same fashion. We'll still be bringing it. So you won't be wasting your money if there is a comeback show.
When you think about, I mean, I don't know if you recall, but I was with God Forbid from the very beginning when Determination came out. I remember I interviewed you guys at the back room in Austin. That was the first time I ever saw you guys. When you think back about the history of God Forbid and what you guys did accomplish, what are your fondest memories? What do you like to think about?
Well, honestly, I like to think about the times where we were counted out and we came and still kicked their ass. And, you know, I mean, there's so many memories. It's kind of hard to pinpoint specific ones, but I just really think about everything that, for me, it's all about all the naysayers that denied the fact that we were serious about our craft and we did what we did. Like, to see their actual face when we came to town, no matter how big or how small the crowd was, we gave it 110%, and that's all you can really ask for. You know what I mean? We don't expect, you know, the world, but I mean, as far as being appreciated for our efforts and, you know, being serious about what we did, I mean, that's the most important thing to us. I mean, we've been around the world, you know, and we always came back home and we always delivered. We never cancel the show if it was, you know, in our control. So I think, you know, we tried to make it a fun time, you know. I mean, even though there was serious, real issues within the sets, we still tried to make it fun.
One of the things I loved about God Forbid is you guys, I just always loved all the releases. From Gone Forever to Earth's Blood, I mean, everything. The last record, which was Equilibrium, right? Yeah. That was the only record you guys did without Dallas Coyle. Talk a little bit about that release. Was it more of a streamlined effort to make that record with Dallas being out, or did you find it more challenging for everybody to make that record because he was not in? And I say that because Dallas at that time was a very intricate member of the band, and he was a songwriter too.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Dallas has been important to God Forbid from the beginning, just like every other member in the band.
Yep.
But the thing is, the buck didn't stop when Dallas left. You know, I mean, we tried to create a record. Honestly, like I was going into that record in the hopes of making a double disc. You know, like wow. More of the old school and then a new hint of the new school, because, you know, at the time, because we had been around for so long, you know, we were playing to different crowds, and I started to see with the bands that we were playing with, their types of crowds. So, you know, unfortunately, I mean, I kept it real and honest lyrically, but I just think the delivery was kind of shifted from our previous bands that we play with to the newer bands. You know what I mean? It's like, you can write all the songs in the world, but if you're used to playing with, like, say, bands like Darkest Hour, you know, All That Remains, you know, early Avenged Sevenfold, and then you jump into a world where Five Finger Death Punch is the biggest heavy metal band out there, you try and assimilate to the point where, I mean, you try and write songs that captivate their audience so you can kind of grow from what you're being exposed to. It's like, yeah, we can write heavy songs all day, but if the crowds that we're playing to aren't really that perceptive to heavy songs, it doesn't really go over well. So I tried to cater to the crowds that I thought we'd be playing to, and unfortunately in the process we didn't get to write the songs for the crowds that we're used to playing to.
So Equilibrium, you felt was an evolution.
Well, Equilibrium was an evolution, it just was an evolution that never got finished. Like I said, I wanted to do a double album,
right?
You know, to kind of gradually bring us to the next level, but it just didn't happen. You know, between the tragedy of Dallas deciding that he no longer wanted to be a member and being out there doing interviews, talking shit on the band, making it seem like the band wouldn't succeed without his help or whatever he put into it, you know, I tried to show that it just wasn't about Dallas. And I love Dallas to death, but at the end of the day, it was 5 members of God Forbid, right. not Dallas and 4 other people.
Right.
So I tried to give a little blend to everything. It's just we came up short.
You talked about earlier in the previous interview with Texas Voodoo Stomp that you were kind of be in the background, doing things, helping them, staying active in the music scene here in El Paso. What specifically are you talking about? Like, what do you want to do?
Well, I mean, I'd like to be able to convince the bands that I know to come to town and play shows. But that being said, we need proper venues that can house the bands that will come and play. You know what I mean? It's like, people seem to think that it's all about this or that, and then really at the end of the day, excuse me, the most important thing to bands is somewhere where they feel comfortable, where they can store their items, and where they can fucking take a shower
right.
if they feel the need after the set. So, I mean, I would like to get, you know, with maybe some local promoters and local businessmen who are willing to create a venue that houses multiple styles and all sizes of shows. You know, hence saying, you know, get a warehouse, for instance, and break it into 3 compartments where you have a room that holds 500 people, then you have a room that holds 15 to 2,000 people, and then a room that can hold, you know, 2,000 plus in one location where the individuals at the show can feel comfortable to come to the show, people feel comfortable parking their vehicles there, and, you know, musicians will have a way to get around town to take care of little things that they would like to take care of, such as, you know, getting food, exercise, or just being able to, you know, wash their clothes or whatever.
Right.
You know, so a nice, comfortable venue, you know, where everyone feels happy to be there, and something that is sacred in such a way. You know what I mean? It's like everyone loves to tour, but it's all about being comfortable on tour to make the experience more enjoyable. Right. So, I mean, that's one of the most important factors when it comes, you know, to being out on the road, because you're gone from your family for so long that a little bit of normalcy goes a long way.
What about front end stuff? Do you miss singing? Do you want to do some singing? Would you ever want to form a new band, or are you going to kind of wait till the stars align, for God forbid?
I mean, I've always thought about singing for another band, and I've had offers to do, you know, songs with other projects, and I would really love to do it. But honestly, since the band has, you know, kind of separated or disbanded for now, I've been just being selfish about taking care of my own responsibilities, what's important to me. And unfortunately, you know, when with that, you know, becomes other liabilities. But I mean, I would love to do music again. I'd love to get out and play, but honestly, like, my family comes first. I need to take care of what's important to me on a personal level, because at the end of the day, no matter how hard you work or what you believe in, if the masses have a different agenda that doesn't coincide with yours, then you go nowhere. But you know, like, again, I really need to feel the music, really, for me to get back out there. You know, and there's been a couple of songs that I've kind of felt that made me want to say something or be a part of it, but again, it's just, that's not my priority. Like, I love music to death, but I would never want to sacrifice my love for music just to try and get a paycheck.
Right, right. Well, Byron, it's been great talking to you, great catching up. I hope to see more of you.
If you come to El Paso, you'll see me. I'm not leaving this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I live here now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got a home, I got a family, I'm a member of the community.
Right, right. Okay, Byron, any last words? Anything that I missed? Anything that you want to share with the people out there around the world who we see this interview?
Yeah, I mean, the most important thing is, no matter where you are in the world, if you see an underground scene, try and be a part of it. You know what I mean? As far as live music goes, it's important that the people in that surrounding area take themselves and be a part of it, because without you guys, the scene won't exist. You know, you complain about bands not coming to your town, and the reason why is because in this state of affairs that the world is today, if it costs you money and you lose money, then it's not really worth it. Because, you know, like, money isn't what it used to be, and people trying to survive after being in the game for so long, you know, it's not like you live at home with your parents. You have personal responsibilities that you are required to take care of. So, you know, if you really want bands to come out to your area, you definitely need to come out and support when they're in town. Now, that being said, we need to work out a better system of getting the knowledge out there so people know when you are coming to town, you know. But I mean, it's a two-team affair, you know. You need the band, and you need the people that are interested in the band to work together to try and come out and make things and exploit things so that everyone can be happy when they see the final product. So, like, I support all my brothers in arms that are out there still busting their ass trying to make it happen, and all the fans out there that support the scene and the music and, you know, keep us going. But again, man, it's never a one-sided thing, and it needs to be a team affair. So everyone needs to be on the same page and work to make things happen. So
awesome. Byron, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, and you know, me fucking crashing your spot. And you know, this is actually the first interview that we've actually done together since you've been a fan of God Forbid, because Doc and Dallas always took up the spotlight. So, you know, now I get to speak for myself and people really see what's going on. So we appreciate it. You know, we appreciate all the support that Texas has given God Forbid. Yeah. And I'm sure Doc will appreciate the support, you know, for his new band, Bad Wolves, that they're, you know, rising up the charts and everyone's supporting them. And, you know, God forbid, man, like, we might have separated, but we like fucking, you know, Transformers, man. We come together when it's important. So, you know, we'll be back at some point, and if not, you'll see our creations from the side to come up into the forefront. But, you know, it's all about the live music and the fans.
I'll tell you this, I still listen to all my God Forbid records till this day.
Yeah, I listen to him too, yo. And when I do listen to him, it takes me back to special memories. Like every time a certain song comes on, you know, something that affected me during that period in my life will trigger something, and I just get smiles. So, I mean, I'm very proud of what we've done. I would like us to do more in the future, and, you know, we'll see how that plays out. But, again, you know, the band has dissolved so other people can achieve and go after other avenues in their lives. But at the end of the day, God forbid, we'll always be with you, whether we're playing now or in the past. You know, the feeling hasn't changed. We're just grown and trying to provide for ourselves in an adult manner, so we're not like little kids crying on mommy's shoulder trying to get some free handouts.
Thank you, Byron, for everything that you shared this evening. Remember, everyone, you saw the man here in El Paso at Robb's El Paso,
Yeah.
at the 3rd annual Robb's MetalWorks Showcase.